I have been spending quite a bit of time in Paris lately.
Oh yeah, why is that, Brady?
I can't tell you yet.
You can't tell me why.
It is confidential.
I've seen you on Twitter talking a lot about Paris, and I'm wondering what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm spending a lot of time in museums and doing some work there, and it's going to be really cool and all
what
that
could
sort
it
of
be?
stuff, and
Could
people
Brady
can
be
find
going
out
to
about it soon.
museums?
But I cannot go into details.
Why
But
would
I-
Brady
I'll-
be in museums? I gotta think about this.
But I will say
Mm-hmm.
that I did French for 1 year at school, and I was really, really bad at it, as we've talked about before, and we've obviously talked about languages.
I was gonna say,
in
you didn't
school
find
before.
your language learning experience highly effective?
Well, I do remember thinking, and probably even saying to my teacher, well, why do I even need to learn French? I'll probably never even go to France, yet alone need to speak French. And for the last month or two, I have been spending an incredible amount of time with people speaking French to each other, and I really, really wish I could speak French now, because it would be such an asset at the moment. And I do sometimes imagine her sort of in the corner of the room looking at me saying, I told you one day you'd need French.
Yeah, well, if only French lessons in school were effective, you might have been able to learn how to speak French. But I think even if you were the most diligent student in the world, it would have helped you no more today.
But one of the other people who I've been working with, who's an English person, does speak French from learning it as a child. And gosh, it's helpful for her.
Yeah, again, from learning it as a child, not learning it in secondary school.
And the other thing that I've been doing, which is quite new to me, is I've been doing a bit of work with like proper film production people making like proper film, you know, with all posh cameras and 1,000 takes and setting everything up with nice lights and like really, really elaborate.
Is that not what you do?
That's not what I do, no.
Your productions look like $1 million.
That is not a natural fit for me, that pace of working. I'm learning that I'm not as patient as you perhaps need to be to make beautiful, crafted productions. I haven't been responsible for the technical side of things as much, and I'm often having to sort of stand around and be like the on-screen person, like being a pretty Derek.
Oh, so you're being like a pretty Derek. This is okay. I'm forming a picture in my mind of what you might be up to. But so people
Yeah,
are filming you. You're not responsible for the production itself. Interesting.
But do you know what it's taught me?
Yeah.
It's how quickly you can become a complete diva. because
Yeah, you're yelling about your coffee being cold. Is that what happens?
Not diva. I think I'm like nice and considerate to everyone because I'm normally doing their job, so I completely understand. But like you kind of get a bit pampered and stuff,
Right.
and very quickly you learn to. It feels really normal. Like at one point I was walking along like a road or a path or something, and I looked around, and the 4 or 5 people around me were all like Sherpas carrying these hundreds of huge bags, and I was just walking along like nothing on earth, and everyone's like, "Oh, Brady, can we get you a drink? Do you want something to eat? Are you okay?" And meanwhile, everyone's kind of having their spines crushed by all this equipment they're having to carry. And I like, how did this happen? Like, I sort of stopped and said, "Come on, guys, give me some of this stuff. Let me carry some stuff." But you really quickly get used to being sort of the pampered person. I remember at one point they were all outside in the freezing cold setting up cameras, and I was just sort of sitting in the warm van drinking tea, thinking,
That's because you're the talent in this scenario, Brady. You're the talent. Can't have the talent injuring themselves carrying anything on the day.
Yeah.
Everything revolves around the talent.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah, I imagine it's actually not bad. I imagine for all your hard as nailsness, your posh as cushion side sure doesn't mind tea being brought to you and sitting in your perfectly air conditioned, climate controlled office, whatever space they give you. I'm sure you could get used to this pretty quick.
Yeah, anyway, that's over now. Now I'm back lugging cameras around the place and sitting at my computer editing for hours, and it's already become a distant memory.
You're back to being your own Sherpa.
I'm that guy who has like a drum on his back and a trumpet and a guitar and all strapped to those one-man band people. That's me again now.
One-man band Brady.